All right, how's my audio? Someone type in the chat. There is a possibility I'll have to stop the stream a little early, but the goal is to go until 11:30. I'm gonna try to get as much as this done as possible. School starting tomorrow. College, that is. Stream anymore for the rest of the week, so I'll try to get this done tonight. All right, we good, Raheem? There also may be some background noise, so my roommates may be doing something. Okay, so we ended off last time with with a glitched out anime cutscene. So what I discovered last night after the stream, was that since I have two discs of Xenogears, one of them glitches out at the Ellie flashback cutscene in Black Moon Forest. The other one glitches out at this upcoming cutscene where it did last night. So I tricked the game. All right, I used the disc that glitched out with this cutscene to get back to Dazil, and then switched the disc to the other one, and I tested it out. This next cutscene runs fine, so we should be able to go pretty smooth sailing tonight, and we'll be able to get farther in the game. Okay, so let's get to it. So yeah, I paused. I caught up to where I was. I paused right after Faye beats the two mechs that were famous last words. Yeah, we'll see. I paused right after Seitan brought the Veltal back to Faye. He was attacked by two Aveh gears in the desert. Faye boarded Veltal kind of reluctantly, fought back those two gears, and now he's about to encounter the Man in Black. So that's where I am here. Okay. I don't know how, but I beat them. What the? I will say, this Man in Black is one of my favorite characters. So, there he is. That's the same gear that led the other gears in the attack of Lahan. He landed in Lahan at some point, and he kind of was ordering the other ones around. Your hot-blooded desire for battle has not been tamed, I see.
Who are you? Who? Right. I know you. You killed her. Her? No. It wasn't. Not me. I... Coward. It was you.
You're the one from Lahan! Here we go again. My name is Groth, the Seeker of Power. You certainly showed how much power you had back there in Lahan, didn't you, Faye? How much power I had? What are you talking about? A greater power is what I need to fulfill my mission. I sent those gears into that land as a catalyst to awaken the power in you, to make contact with you. As a catalyst? You mean you caused that intentionally? That's right. The death of your loved ones. And you powerless against it happening. The grief, the screams from your heart born out of the tragedy. There, that was the catalyst for triggering your power. You mean you attacked my village just to get me in that gear? Why? Why do the villagers have to die? Who cares why? It does not matter how many of them died. They were wretched vermin, only living from day to day without ever fulfilling their prescribed destinies. And have you forgotten? You were the one who destroyed the village. I did not lift a finger. No! I was just trying to save the village and its people. Reverting back to that again. I never intended to destroy it. Is that really so? Surely you have heard it. It is the very essence of you, the voice of desire from within you that craves destruction. Shut up! Even if that were true, aren't you still the one that caused it? If you hadn't come, the village wouldn't have suffered the way it did. Ah, so now you resort to blame. I see. That sounds like something you would say. That's good. Your basic nature remains unchanged. Crap. You said you needed my power. What were you intending to do with it? You know very well. It is to destroy Mother God. Destroy God? Yes, we will destroy God. That is our purpose. That is our destiny. Don't be ridiculous. I won't get involved in such a thing. If you want to destroy your god or whatever it is you're on about, do it by yourself. You resemble your father. My father? You mean my dad? You know my father? That's another one of those awkward mistranslation lines. My father, you mean my dad? That was a most delightful scream. I was enthralled by it. Nothing is more beautiful than a scream of death. What did you do to my father? What happened between you two? Do you really wish to know? There is no use in you knowing it now. What? Your power is still beneath that needed for my purpose. Anything unusable must be tried until it becomes suitable. What? What in hell is that? What will you do, Faye? If you die here, then so be it. You may indeed gain some happiness from not knowing, but surely that is not what you truly want. If you want to know the truth, and that is what you want, isn't it, Faye? Then this is what to do. You must show me that you have attained the level of strength I require. To do that, you must destroy others by using your own strength. Then you will gain all that was lost in exchange for that scream of death. Wait, we're not finished talking yet. I am your father. Yeah, he's very much Darth Vader. And the entire thing at Dazzle between Faye and Citan is very much like a Luke and Obi-Wan going to Mos Eisley. There's definitely some Star Wars inspiration here. Anyway, we're fighting this sandworm. I'm going to be quiet and yeah, worm. What the frick is that? Yeah. It saps your fuel, which is annoying, and I think we can only turn it with a guided shot. So do that. I'm gonna be quiet. Let's listen to this song. This is the boss theme for Xenogears. It is called Night of Fire or Crimson Night, depending on the translation. It's a great song. and away it goes. I really like this game's boss theme. It even has an Easter egg in it, so got 2 levels from that. That gained us Senretsu. I didn't fight quite as many enemies coming back here as I did before, so I just now got to level 10, which unlocks Senretsu. That's the next death blow, and also Inner Healing, which is an ether move. So I'm a big fan of the boss theme. There's even an Easter egg in it. I'll talk a little bit about that later. We have some other bosses later we can fight. Faye, are you alright? Faye! I'm fine. The gear seems to be broken, though. I am so glad that you were unharmed. The gear had only temporary repairs made on it. They were not made to survive an outright battle like that. Faye? Well, shit. Oh no, the Aveh military! Not now! Faye, I think we should remain calm. Hmm? Faye?
Let us join together.
I never thought we'd meet again like this. It must be fate. How ironic. But I'll never let you have him. Even if it kills me.
And it's the last anime cinematic for quite a while. They kind of taper off as they go on. How are you, Faye? Did you sleep well? Huh? Well, sort of. Sorry I messed up. I was careless. That gear is a top-secret experimental model from Kislev. It was only natural that Aveh would also be madly searching for it, referring to Veltal. Faye, are you hurt? You do not look so well. Well, I suppose you could say I was hurt. That man in black spoke of your father's fate. Is that what is wrong? There's that too, but it's the other stuff he said. What happened at Lahan was all planned to get me to ride in that gear, or so he claimed. That's got me worried. Save here. And I'll use the survival tent real quick. To get you to ride that gear. Doc, before the village was destroyed, I lived without doubting myself. But it's different now. I don't know who I am. I've never felt like this before. Well, we cannot do anything as long as we are prisoners, even if we wanted to. Let us rest a little. Maybe it will sort your feelings out a little. idea. It was him. No mistake. That was no coincidence. Could it be that we are approaching the time of the gospel? Yes, the gospel. We are the people expelled from paradise and forced to live on the cruel surface of the earth. We who fill this land will once again return to the presence of God in paradise and live there eternally. That is the time of the gospel. That time is at hand. We, the Gazelle, must find God's resting place by then and resurrect him. That is our final prayer. Our final prayer. Our final prayer to escape from the fate that was determined at our genesis. Majesty, is this the end? Satan definitely is involved in a lot more than he lets on. Bingo! Just as the report said, an Aveh transport. And look at what we have on top. No mistaking it. That's a new Kislev model. It has to be the stolen gear everyone is after. Whatever the case, there's no way we are going to let that Shakan guy have it. Gunner! Turret A Anton and Turret B Belta can initiate their ectropometers, 20 seconds after opening their hatches. Franz? I don't hear anything other than the flowing sound of sand. No suspicious radar activity detected. Marseille! Matria's units are on standby at the catapults. They'll all be able to launch 1 minute after we resurface. Good, let's do it! Batcon level 1. Surface combat ready. Torpedo room ready. Anti-gear guns ready. Navigation and engineering are also ready. Young Master, what is happening? What was the alarm all about? Not again. Young Master, hold on a second. Battle stations, everyone! Surface navigation, begin operating the sand pump. Prepare to fire starboard cannons upon resurfacing. Young Master! Trim to the right. The wind is strong up there and we may be blown off balance. Jericho, hand the helm over to me. Look, what is that? Sand cruiser. It must be those desert pirates. Alternate firing between A Anton and B Belta. Calculating adjustments. Oh yeah! Switch modes over to salvos after the initial shots. Let's slow them down. Get ready to give them a spanking I won't forget. Young Master, please wait. It may just be a requisite ship, not a warship. Let me handle this. Whether it's a warship or not, it's carrying a new gear. Gunner, let him have it. Oh. Judging by the angle, it seems as if a gun blast has made a hole in the hull. We will probably sink within minutes. A few minutes. Doc! It is locked. Somebody free us! Ah! Let's get out of here, Doc. So we gotta run to be able to beat the sand. We tried going over here. Nab the chest. Survival tent. I think that's about it over here. Still got random encounters. Somehow the guards are still stopping us, even though the boat's sinking and they should be worried about themselves. Okay. Well, let's see if we can't try to unlock some new death blows in sight. Alright, so I can show off Senretsu. It is triangle, triangle, X. Shoots in the air, kick, go forward. Oof. Yeah, with each turn battling on the ship, there'll be fire from the engine room as the ship keeps sinking. It'll damage everyone. Oh, we can do 5 now. Yeah, that's right. Let's get into some X combos. It needs the X combos to be able to do death blows. Ugigumo, his first death blow learned. Let's see that at some point. Chest, other vest. See if we can get that up real quickly. That's the train outside my apartment. I should probably put that on Faye. I don't know if y'all can hear the train. Phew, that was close. Ah, there we go, in the battle. Okay, Ugigumo, triangle X. Learning the new death blows is like the big incentive to battle in this game. Because each new death blow actually does look really cool, and the way they animate them, especially coordinating them. This game has some really like punchy sound effects that I really like. The sound design of this game is good. Like every attack feels like it hurts. I like it. It's real punchy. That's kind of the incentive to leveling up and battling. You get to see new death blows. The best part of this game's battle system, really. Miss anything, did I? Oh, shoot, okay. That's what I get for going back. Oh, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna use this arcane, try to heal up Faye here. May have been a good idea to save back at that memory cube, but that's it. Senretsu will at least get rid of one of these. Insert on both sides here. Okay, 0, 6, 1, fire, okay. Fire's really doing most of the damage in these fights. Okay. I think I may try to escape from this. This is not worth it. Oh, I can't escape. Damn it. Okay. We'll just try to do death blows against these guys. Okay, come on. Shouldn't die this turn, but I should definitely heal afterward. Yeah, pincer, that's right. Okay, well I got us some good experience at least. We're able to get some gold off these two. Nice, level up for Citan. Okay, leather hat too. Nice. I also didn't get the equipment from the Dazzle shop either. I opted not to get that and try to save my money. So I'm gonna be a little behind on defense that I would have been otherwise anyway. So I'm gonna put all that my stuff on Faye. Citan's gonna leave the party in a little while. So... Oh, okay, I see. It's this way. I'm gonna prioritize Faye right now. Doc? Where'd you go, Doc? Hey, can you hear me? I am moving the crane towards Veltal's cockpit. Hurry! Go up the crane to Veltal. We're going under fast. I got you, Doc. When you're done, you hurry up there too, okay? Oh no, no! How did I suck at this? That's the way to do it. Here we go again. You and I seem to have a fated relationship. Citan did say, back in Mahan, Faye is bound by the cruel fate of God, cruel destiny of God. It has something to do with Veltal, maybe. Veltal looks really freaking big with this angle. Come on, Doc, over here, hurry up! We escaped in time. There wasn't actually a time limit in game, but it's alright. Whew. Oops. You okay, Doc? Well, Dr. Citan Uzuki. Feels like you have sacked your saccules and tickled your utricles enough for one lifetime. Wow, dizzy. Sorry about that, Doc. I didn't have enough time to open the cockpit. Are you really okay, Doc? Faye, I was only joking. Riding in the hand was not so bad. You can see what is so good about this top-secret experimental Kislev machine. Yeah, when I started it up, it began doing all kinds of stuff out by itself. The environmental response system and weight reduction hovering kicked in straight away, automatically. Really? Amazing. Save yourselves, but save yourselves, but leave your friends to sink in a sea of sand. Don't you believe in comradeship? It's not very manly of you two to leave your platoon to die while you run away in a gear, you know? These are the space pirates we saw. Once we heard about that riding the sand cruiser on the desert. Wait one moment, we're not Aveh soldiers. Can't you make a better plea for your life? You come jumping out of an Aveh ship and claim that you are not Aveh soldiers. Stop trying to fool me. I tell you, it's true. How pathetic are you? Even if you're the prettiest of soldiers, how's about showing a little spine and put up a decent fight? Stop it, I'm telling you, I'm no soldier. I don't want to fight. How nauseating. Why don't you stop grumbling, leave the gear and run away? For someone who doesn't want to fight, you're quite powerful. I see. An all-environment model, so that's it, huh? Now I want it even more. Okay. Fighting this space pirate here. Brigadier is the name of his gear. Accuracy and defense down. Can be a little annoying. Here's that new gear death blow. Nice uppercut. Pettiest of soldiers is right. Camera damage. That is the sign that shows whenever your gear's accuracy and evasion is down. So it's camera's damage. Each status effect in a gear has some little notification that'll come up in the gear interface. Oof. Yeah. Probably shouldn't be using the real fuel gobbling one if my accuracy is down so much. There we go. Oh no, this is not good. In the heat of battle, I go get caught up in quicksand. Darn, me of all people. Damn, it's all your fault. Boy, are you going to get it later, so be darn ready. Why? Hey, come down here now. I'm not gonna kill you. All I want is for you to leave this gear. Huh? Hey, you are not an Aveh soldier. I told you that in my intercom transmission earlier. You're the one who refused to listen to me, right? Sorry. Yes, I remember you were saying something like that. I went off half-cocked and thought you were the enemy. My name is Bart. I'm the pirate that works this territory. My name is Faye. I was arrested for no apparent reason, shoved in that Aveh transport ship. It was nearly going to be sent to a concentration camp until you went and blew the thing to blazes. Anyway, I'm just glad to have been able to survive. I see. Well, I'm glad I at least helped you out a little. But I didn't expect a civilian like you would be riding in a military gear. Besides, this gear is a brand new model. I've never seen this type before. Let's just say that a lot of things have happened. It wasn't like I wanted to pilot it. Where are we anyway? Looks like we fell into one weird place. I've never heard of huge stalactite caves such as this existing under the desert before. What, you don't know anything, do you? Where are you from? The desert only covers about around 1,000 sharls of the outer layer of the earth. The stratum underneath consists of igneous rock. From a sea of trees to a sea of sand and now a stalactite cave. What's next? What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Never mind. We're in trouble. Look, the hole we fell through has disappeared. We better find some other way out. So, you want to call a truce for now? At least until we can find an exit and get out of here? Yes, agreed. First, we gotta find the way out of here. So let's get going. So we have met Bart, the original Zeke von Genbu. You'll see what I mean. Phew, thank God. I didn't want to dry up and die up in the desert. Hey you, I know you're tired, but don't go any further than there. Shut up, you sunk our ship, don't you forget that. No, you shut up. Just be thankful that you were saved. These are some of the Aveh soldiers that were saved from the ship. Excuse me. Is there anyone who is almost dead with no arms and legs or in need of an abdominal operation? No one? Well, that's depressing. Titan survived. I see. So you're a young one. Has not just been shooting at anything and everything then, Sigurd. Yes, he actually calculated this attack. Or so he says. As you can see, no one has died this time either. Sigurd, sir, the collection of the goods and soldiers from the Aveh transport is almost complete. We still can't locate the young master. General Matria's platoon will scout around again. Okay, I'm counting on you. Yes, sir. Since I'm part of the unit, I'll also excuse myself. So what happened to this young one you call Master? He fell from an underground fell into an underground cave with that other guy in Xenogears. It's near an old excavation site, and he's riding a Xenogears, so he'll probably be able to come up somehow. We'll try to find him for a while, but if that doesn't work, then we'll wait for him at our meeting point. I seem to trust him a lot. Trust him? Yeah, I trust he'll get us into trouble. But I never thought I would meet you here, Hugh. It's not coincidence. It is an inevitable consequence, I assume. Hugo, are you saying something is about to happen? Bart does not have a turtle, unfortunately, no. But in every other way, he is the original Xenophon Genji. As a matter of fact, one of Zeke's alternate costumes in the Xenoblade 2 challenge mode is modeled off of Bart. You'll see what I mean when you learn more about Bart, learn more about his backstory, see more of his character. He is definitely the inspiration behind Zeke. He was the original Zeke. So this is the first dungeon in which we can ride around in our gears. It's a gear dungeon. So we don't get to use Bart on the ground, but we get to use him in his gear in battle. It's called Brigadier. Brigadier has slightly more HP than Veltal, has a little more attack, and he uses a weapon, whereas Veltal, like Faye on the ground, if you do challenge mode again, you should. Like Faye on the ground, Veltal does not have a weapon. He uses his fist. But Brigadier does have a weapon. He uses a leather G-whip, a very large whip. And then it has some accessories too. We'll get into gear customization a little later, but yeah, we can view their gears there. And also let me check, how many death blows does Bart come along with? He's level 9, so that probably means he only has 4 AP. So, yeah. Oh, only 1, yeah, Headhunter, okay. That's a little disappointing. We'll get him more though. You can still learn ground death blows if you already have like all of the attack requirements that you need for a death blow when you level up and gain more AP. You can still learn ground death blows in your gear. Only really at the beginning of the game though, because at some point you stop gaining AP with levels. Okay, so we're wandering around here a bit. And random battle. You weird enemies. Yeah, phase faster. Now is probably a good time to try to conserve fuel. I've been kind of overusing fuel in some of the other battles, but now that we're actually in a full dungeon, it's worth conserving fuel. It's called Medusoids. Okay. This is Bart's whip. It's his triangle attack. Check this out, and we'll do a tube triangle. There we go. Bart's level 10. Didn't get a new death blow though, so he wasn't quite where he should have been. That's fine though. Hey Faye, my sensors are responding to something. There appears to be quite a large cavern on the other side of here. If we can get rid of this rock, but I don't think it's possible. I'm going to try my best to try to do Zeke's voice for Bart, even though it's actually not the voice the game uses for him in some of the cutscenes, but whatever. Hey, this is huge. What can we do with this? I doubt you can break it. I guess we could try pushing it. Wait, no matter how you look at it. What the heck are you doing? Hurry up and help. We can get by if we help each other. Let's keep it up so we can get out of here. The hydromechanic pipe from my knee joint is on the verge of breaking down. It's all because of that fall from the ceiling, followed by pushing this mega colossal boulder. It won't be funny if my gear malfunctions in a huge cavern like this. Your friends won't come and help us. It'd be a waste of time waiting. They probably won't come. But aren't they your friends? We believe in a liberal upbringing. They'll think we can escape by ourselves. I wonder if Doc is okay. Don't worry about the man you were with. I'm sure our guys saved him by now. What is it? I wouldn't have fallen in here if you had only listened to me. Don't blame it on me. You should have surrendered instead of challenging me. All I wanted was your gear. Don't be ridiculous. You're the one who blindly attacked me. What else was I supposed to do? Thought I might die if I didn't fight you. I was taking it easy on you. Couldn't you tell? Then you're a bit dense. Don't lie to me. I know you were serious. What? You want some? Let's have it out right here. Wait, settling it right here comes first. I won't be able to get anything done until we settle this once and for all. I thought you wanted a truce for now. Getting out of here should come first. Once we're out of here, then I'll fight you all you want. Let's hurry up and move on out of here. I don't like you very much. Damn it. I'll get you when we get out of here. Okay, over here there is a chest. I believe I saw. Yeah. Got a gold nugget. That's something we can sell at a shop. Okay. There's no really good forward-facing camera angle. We just kind of have to go diagonally here. Curves though. I will say, in general, I prefer ground combat to gear combat, but I do prefer the gear dungeons over the ground dungeons. You can kind of see it's a little easier to move around the camera. Like back when we were in the Black Moon Forest, sometimes it was hard to see, kind of maneuver the camera around those big trees. It's a little easier here. Because the camera angles for gear dungeons are often a bit wider. Like some of the Sandmen down here, the same bandits, they won't do anything for us. Yeah, there's a big power differential between grounded enemies and gear type enemies. Grounded enemies can do hardly anything against the bigger enemies, and then yeah, if we were grounded too, we wouldn't be able to do anything against those bigger enemies anyway. We can just crush these guys really quick. We do a lot more damage to them. We'll take you out. Okay. Crush them. Seeing all the little enemies reminds me of Bowser's Inside Story. Yeah, that's about right. It's that same kind of feeling, being Bowser wandering around the overworld. Some new room. I don't think there's anything on the sides. Just go across the same bridge. Oh. Aveh excavation site number 8. Gear number 3. Tell current situation. Sand sensors have detected an abnormal amount of sand. Sand barrier south of Terrace Stones has been sealed to prevent sand from entering the excavation site. What's with this gear? It's well maintained for a gear just left lying around like this. Oh. We'll have a chance to refuel pretty soon, so I'm not opposed to just using X attacks for these. Level up, characters, and we're getting extra armor from some of these enemies as well. That is a gear accessory that I will again discuss when we actually get to a gear shop. We actually get to fully customize our gears. It'll be pretty soon. Who'd have thought there would be someone living in a place like this? Let's check it out. For some reason, they have a chimney. Not sure the purpose of that. I guess you do have to have a fire in a place like this. It's cold underground. Okay, that's another pathway back there. We'll just go over here first. Nope. One more fight before we save. More Medusoids. Same one was a trap, yep. 12. A lot of good experience, though. Okay, so we have this on the ground. We can then get out of our gears. Walk on the ground. We look very small. Hey, Faye, this is a surprise. There's someone living in this place. It's been a while, but I thought I could hear the sound of gears. I assume they are yours? Well, anyway, come on back in here and make yourself at home. It's been a long time since my last visitor. What happened? Did you fall from the surface? I guess that's it. I see. That's too bad. I can tell from the sound that you both ride good gears, but the legs seem to be playing up a bit. You mean you can tell what's wrong just by the sound of its footsteps? It's easy to know what's wrong with gears by the sounds they make. My guess is that one of them needs a new hydromechanic pipe in its joints. It's making a nasty sound. It would be hard to walk with too. Oh, by the way, the name's Balthasar, but you can call me Old Man Bao. Oh yeah? So it looks like we've got a real fanatic here, huh? What's an old man like you doing in a place like this? I guess you can call me a fossicker or collector of things. There is much to be found lying around in this here stalactite cavern. A collector, huh? Sounds interesting. The things on this shelf, are they some of this stuff you have found? You mean the fossils? They're one of the things I collect. Feel free to have a look at them. Looks very similar to someone with it from a different game, but I can't put my finger on it. Uh, Zed maybe? No, too old to be Zed. Yeah, I mean, that kind of character design is pretty common. Around here, you can dig up ancient machines along with human and animal fossils. Notice anything particular on these shelves? They go from oldest on the left to newest on the right. Are you an archaeologist or something, old man? I don't quite see what you're talking about. You just look like a bunch of old bones to me. Faye, what do you think? Let me see. First, there are no human bones up to here. Then from here on over to the right, something is slightly different, I guess. Yes, from a certain point in time, human fossils suddenly no longer appear. That point is roughly 10,000 years ago. What does that mean? Don't ask me, I don't know for sure. But my guess is there were no humans on this planet before then. At least it appears so. How could that be? What about all that talk about evolution? You mean the theory of evolution as taught by the ethos, right? You can't trust that. Rather, I believe in the old legends and myths. Legends? Myths? Haven't you heard of this story? They say that humans and God lived together in a paradise in the sky. With God's protection, there was no fear of death, and natural disasters were entirely unknown. Then one day, the humans ate a forbidden fruit, which gave them incredible wisdom. But God drove mankind from the paradise for their sin. Bitter at having been driven out of paradise, humans used the wisdom they had gained to make giants. With these giants, they planned to challenge God himself. God poured his wrath down on them. All who defied God were destroyed, but God himself did not escape unharmed. Taking paradise with him, the wounded God buried himself deep beneath the ocean to sleep for eons. Before going to sleep, God used his remaining power to create right-hearted humans to live on this planet. These people are said to be our ancestors. Well, anyway, I'll stop my rambling for now. So that, good old Adam and Eve. So that whole story, where humans were once lived in paradise with God until God cast them out. I mean, it's a lot like the Adam and Eve story, especially with eating the forbidden fruit. But it also sounds an awful lot like the World Tree myth from Xenoblade 2. That's what Rex said at the very beginning of Xenoblade 2. He said that they were told that the humans lived together with the architect in Elysium at the top of the World Tree, but then something happened and the architect cast them out. So there's some similarities there. Anyway, it's pretty interesting though. So in this world, the ethos teaches evolution. It teaches that the humans of this world had evolved from other animals. So it's like a progressive church almost. But in actuality, the evidence says the opposite. Remember that good thing I borrowed Xenoblade 2, right? That's like an important detail in the plot. But so the ethos of this world, not only does it do a lot of, not only does it, it says in the beginning it preserves the world's culture. It's a big institution that preserves the world's culture. It also heads a lot of the repairing of the gears that were excavated from the ruins and kind of distributes them between the two countries. It's a religious institution, but it has a lot of power. It has an exponential, like a really, really large amount of power. Seems almost like Indal, even from, again, it's under the Xenoblade 2 correlation. But yeah, it also teaches evolution when in reality the evidence doesn't kind of lend itself to evolution. It seems like humans just kind of spontaneously came here, arrived on this planet at some point. So it's kind of interesting. It's like the opposite of our world, where the evidence seems to point more toward evolution, the evolution of man rather than the spontaneous creation of man, and yet all the churches of our world teach creation. So it's like the opposite. It's kind of cool. There's research papers all over the floor. But more importantly, we can talk to Old Man Bao again. By the way, does this cave have an exit? There is an exit in the excavation site beyond the sand barrier. You can get outside through there. Sand barrier? You mean that huge wall you can see from your entrance? Yes, that's it. On the other side is an old Aveh excavation site. They built the wall when Aveh was excavating here to keep the sand from falling in from above. But they've stopped work there now. So how do we open such a huge thing like that? If it's a wall, you can probably break it down. Hold your horses there, young'uns. No matter how good a gear you have, you'll never break that wall down. It's much too strong. So, let's make a deal. A deal. The wall was closed due to the reaction of the sand sensors. Thanks to that, now I can't get through to the other side either. Maybe it happened when you two fell in here. Or you boys fighting up there or something. You seem to be able to tell everything. Anyway, so what can we do about it? It's very simple. You just have to turn off the sand sensor switches. Doing that will keep the barrier from closing again. While you two are doing that, I'll open it up. Right, got it. The sensors are in 2 places. You should see their flashing red lights. Well, good luck then. Let's go, Bart. Oh, before you go, I can share some parts and fuel with you. Just talk to me whenever you need something, right? Thanks, old man. Well, we'll go and finish our part of the deal then. So we can fuel up here, although I think it costs money to do that. I think I'm going to come back and do that after we've gone and deactivated the sand switches. We're not too low on fuel. So I think we'll go back out, explore a bit more of the cavern, and try to deactivate the sand switches. All right. So we go up this other pathway that we saw. At the battle first. Yeah, I did say that Xenogears has lots and lots of religious references. So that little Adam and Eve illusion is not the only one. Far, far from the only one. Okay, this is like the upper part of the room with the waterfalls that we saw before. I think it's interesting the 2 different... Oh, this is a new enemy. This one's a bit stronger than some of the other enemies we fought. Yeah. Yeah. I want to show Bart's ether move. This is a wild smile. Use this against us, or use this against Faye and he's terrified. This will lower the enemy's accuracy and evasion, equivalent of damaging the camera. So I mean Mayfly. Try attacking with a left one. Oof. Okay. May have actually been better for me if I like controlling a robot. It would have actually been better if I had advanced my gear specs a little bit. Some stuff from the old man. I've been able to take care of this a little easier. No, this thing's just not going down. Okay. I'll do the best I can. And then after this, I'll go back to Old Man Val and try to get better equipment. You will find yourself in this kind of situation. If you don't keep up with the gear equipment that the shops have throughout the game, you will be extremely underpowered when you go into fights. Like, even regular fights will be overpowered. I can take care of this. I can just like run away if I encounter any sensors. Yeah, this is basically sapping all of our fuel. I think Bart has a lot more fuel, so I think I'm going to charge Faye. Faye sit back and charge, and Bart just kind of deal some of the rest of the damage. Bart's not dealing quite as much damage this time, because he doesn't have the better death blows. Did I have Bart charge? Or did you charge? Maybe Faye went twice, I'm not sure. Ah, whatever. Do a triangle attack just to get our attack level up. Okay, he's injured at least. All the enemies have unique animations whenever they start to become injured and they're low health. These defense style attacks are getting annoying. Just put this over up here. There he goes. Okay, so we'll just try to avoid attacks like that. We'll just escape from being encounter any more mayflies. I want to save my money. That's the reason I'm saving, refueling with Bowel, and I can refuel and get new equipment at the same time. Money is very important in this game. Much more important than it was for a lot of JRPGs at this time. A lot of JRPGs in general have a problem where you get way too much money and you have very little to use it on. Xenogears, one of the things I can say about its gameplay is it doesn't have that problem. Gear equipment is extremely expensive, so you really have to prioritize what you spend on what, and we'll see that when we get back to Bao as well. It's very worth saving up your money so you can try to get better gear equipment. Because again, if you're behind on gear equipment, you're going to be struggling through some fights. Gear equipment can cost an arm and a leg sometimes. Alright, so here's one of the sensor switches, and battle. Money important just much like Xenoblade 2, yeah. It's the only thing I can say about Xenoblade 2. So this is an interesting enemy. This enemy, we're going to charge here. Let it do its thing. This is a Nomad Fixbot. Show, do it. Yeah, here we go. These are pretty rare, but they will restore your fuel. You still have to beat them up, but they will restore your gear's fuel. I think I might have to use okay, there we go. They're very weak, but if you let them do that, you let them attack, they'll restore, well, sometimes restore your gear's fuel. So every gear dungeon has some of them that you can encounter. It's just ways you can restore your fuel without having to go all the way back to like a fuel restoring station or whatever, refueling station. Alright, so did we wait? Did we do it? I guess we deactivated it? I don't know, was there an animation? I didn't. If there was an animation, I didn't see it. Because I looked away for a second. Okay. We're gonna jump down. This is back in the first big room where we landed. Where is it? Yeah, this is where the boulder was. And this is the way back. What sort of balancing act was that? Not sure. Two big robots standing on the edge of a plus-shaped table. I guess you can say it's a balancing act. You know what? On the way back, I'm gonna show something new with. This may not be the right time. We'll do that later. We'll do that later. I wanted to show a new mechanic we can do from here. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Probably should have destroyed the big one first anyway. These sandmen don't do anything to you. I like the difference in movement. Every gear has a different way of moving on the overworld. Beltal like hovers, and then Brigadier kind of like stutters. We'll have Bart do things. They charge. Extra armor +1. Good. So I think there are 2 sensors. There's one other one we're missing. It's over here. There it is. Waterfall Grotto Sand Sensor. It's engaged. Okay, so I guess I did do the other one, because the other one going right after the battle. Iron G Whip. That is a new whip for Brigadier, Bart's gear. Okay. Attack. So you can see with these accessories, each gear is able to equip a weapon, besides Veltal, and some other gears that don't have weapons. And then also have 3 accessory slots. These are where your extra armor and extra armor +1 come into play. So Brigadier already has an extra armor +1. Has an AC, which increases agility in the desert. And then a lens cover, which will prevent camera damage. Will decrease its or increase resistance to status effects like reducing evasion accuracy, camera damage. That one's not terribly useful right now. I think I'm just going to give him an extra armor +1. You can just do you can just kind of stack those. I'll do an extra armor, just regular extra armor, and I'll give Faye these 2. Old Circuit increases response and defense. So yeah, there are all these different stats. They're all pretty self-explanatory, except for response and ether amp. So response is the best way to describe it. It's basically like your evasion stat. It kind of does several different things, but it's basically the gear's evasion stat. And then the ether amplifier, or ETH amp is the bottom one. That is the amounts by which your gear's ether machine will increase the damage of your normal ether attack. So like Faye, for example, Faye on the ground has guided shot. but then guided shot in the gear is even stronger than guided shot in the ground. So that is what the ether amplifier is, gauging how much stronger is guided shot in the gear than it is in the ground. So now I just gotta head back to Old Man Bao. Oh, good timing. I was just about to open up the sand barrier now. Well done, old man. Our deal is done. Hey, old man, there's one thing I want to ask you. What is it? I've heard somewhere on this planet. Is a gear far superior to all others. I've heard that it was called the God Gear and was made in ancient times but hidden away somewhere. Do you know anything about it? Man-made God, created with the wisdom of God. Such a gear would have the power of 1,000 gears. In a wave of its arm, it could destroy whole cities. Its battle cries would thunder in the heavens. You must be speaking of the Omni Gear. You know of it. And perhaps it was what you were speaking about in that tale you told us when the battle with God. Goodness gracious, you too, boy. Those stories were made to inspire man's soul. But they're just legends, they don't really exist. Anyway, allow me to take a look at your gears. It'll only take a little while, so wait here, please. Hey, wait! He's gone. Hey, Bart, do you think the gear in that story is buried in the ground somewhere? I think that's what I've heard. Could one of the gears we are using possibly be it? Yeah, right. What are the chances of that happening? The gears that are excavated lately are usually only a few hundred years old, nowhere near as old as the gear in that legend. Then why were they in the ground? I don't know. There are no records. Except what? There must be some truth in the tales that they were buried after a great war. The bullet wounds covering most of the gear's armor would appear to confirm that. You mean that there are no records from the last several hundred years? How about before that? None from either period. The ethos controls all the records from that time period. Maybe they have some very ancient records too. All we know about our history is from the little pieces that we find for ourselves. Anyway, Faye, what do you make of the old man? What do you mean? Why would such an old man live all alone in this abandoned cave? I don't know. Probably digging for ancient gears or something? Right! So you think so too. Hey, I just said that as a joke. Don't take all that stuff seriously. They're only legends, you know. No, that old man is up to something. This can't be. What's wrong, old man? Is this your gear? Oh, sort of. Where did you get it? I'm just borrowing it. This is the host for the spirit of the Slayer of God. Wait a moment. What did you just say? Nothing. I didn't say anything. No, I heard you. You said Slayer of God. That's what you said, isn't it, old man? Your gears are fixed. You have no more business here. This is a bad time for me. Be on your way. Be on our way? Listen here, old man. Okay, well, I'm gonna go back in and bother him some more. Except for gears. Just a legend. Huh? I really doubt Groff believes it's just a legend. Or it could just be a legend. Who knows? Where'd he go? There he is. I told you to leave. Tell us some more. I have nothing more to say to you, so just leave. Okay, sell some of your parts. When Calamity beats you, I'll just get these parts back anyway. Calamity, you say? If you don't mind that, then I'll sell them to you. Okay, so we can buy parts for our characters, or we can buy parts for our gears. So we'll check out the gear stuff first. You definitely want to spend money on that before you go the other way. Okay, so this is the menu where you can see our gears. You can switch back and forth between them. So you can buy accessories for them, like we saw earlier. We can buy these extra armor +1. I'm going to buy one more for Bart. And then we can also buy weapons. He has no weapons to sell. Sure, we can usually buy weapons. We can sell gear parts and weapons. We're going to sell this old leather whip that Bart had. And we can sell our parts too, so... I guess we don't need the lens cover. It goes for 1,200 gold. Trust me, you're going to need all the gold you can get. These ancient armors, I guess I can sell them. I'll keep 2 of them just in case. Alright. So we can buy parts and weapons. We don't need to do that. But the main thing with gears is tuning up. So when you tune up your gears, you can refuel them, which you already did. And then you can tune up the engine, frame, and armor. This is really what you want to do with your gear. These matter a lot more than your accessories. Your accessories can be very useful, especially some of the more special accessories you can get later on in the game from some rare enemies. But these are really what's important to stay on top of, make sure that you're tuned up with every new location you go to. So this is we can upgrade our engine. The engine is the most important thing. The engine is the source of all of your damage output with a gear. So you want to make sure you have the best engine possible at any given time, or else you will be very underpowered, like we saw against that Mayfly. And Old Man Bao said something about Calamity. Could be a boss coming up. Sorry about that. So right now, Veltal and Brigandier both have a G4 1200 equipped. But Old Man Bao can give us a G6 1200 for 1,200 gold. So I'll increase its output. The notation there is the G6 part is the output of the engine. That's denoting damage output. It's not really it's not really clear like what exactly 4 versus 6, like what exactly that means. It may be like some sort of multiplier, or I don't know. And the 1,200 part is the HP, or no, sorry, fuel. And by getting better engines, you can get more fuel for your gears. Get more max fuel, I should say. Next up is the frame. This denotes exactly what you think it does. It's your HP. You can buy 2 different ones for Valtal. I mean, it's more expensive. Let me try getting armor first. Yeah, I do want to level up our armor. Let's increase our armor value. These MS6s. And then we'll try to increase our HP last. You can see these gear parts are very expensive. So you will be racking up money pretty quickly. And I'll buy this Brigadier. I guess we'll just buy the best stuff right now. That'll save us a little bit later. We have enough money for it. The weight stat doesn't mean anything. Can't really do anything about that. We have all the best stuff. Yep, okay. We're good. There's also this other one, Heimdall use. Could be a gear we may encounter later on. Right now we can't do anything with it. And then, yeah, this is also something that's kind of annoying. You want to make sure you refuel whenever you're tuning up your gears. You want to make sure you refuel last. Refueling will both heal, it will refuel, but it'll also heal you up. Costs 10 gold. Because whenever you get new frames, it will increase your maximum HP. And that means you have to refuel to be able to get back to maximum HP. So it's worth refueling last. It's something I sometimes forget. But it's only 10 gold, it's not that bad. Okay. Now our gears are ready to go. And we can get out of the cavern. It's worth saving here. One thing to note, whenever you save, usually you can use, when you're on the ground, you can use survival tents to be able to quickly heal up. They do not work. None of your ground healing items work on your gears because your gear HP is very separate from your ground HP. So you can only refuel and heal up your gear HP at specific shops. Foul, or maybe even those fixed spot enemies. Those are the only places that you can refuel, which can get annoying. You sometimes go through whole dungeons, start freaking out because you're low on fuel, and not be able to find anything you need to refuel, and you can get in some really precarious situations. So you definitely want to be conservative, especially early on. Later on in the game, it doesn't become so bad. Early on, you definitely want to be conservative. Okay, let's take out the big guy. Let's whip him down. Don't do anything to us. Those Sandmen give quite a lot of gold. So even if they're not hard, they can, but they don't put up much of a fight, they can still give a lot of gold. Okay, so here's the way out of the cavern. Go down. These Meteor Stories will charge, and then we'll try to release it later on. They're easy enough, you can take them out before you end up doing anything. Yeah, this is what they charge up for. It's just breaking the camera. It's not super lethal or anything. The way out was a trap. Not quite. I have a feeling it's going to be a running theme. I'm just going to say anytime we encounter enemies in a certain place, it's a trap. That's cool. Okay, so we got this. Oh, okay, I see. So we need to get out of our gears and ride this little trolley. Oh, we gotta get on from the other side. Yeah, want to get on the gondola, yes. Yeah, that'll be good. We can make it into one. Every time we encounter a battle in a precarious situation, it'll be a trap. Aveh excavation site main power generator. Currently, the main power is off. Let's turn it on. Main power is turned on. Operating normally. So now, that will allow us to get on an elevator on the other side. It's always good to have running gags with series like this, especially if it's going to be a pretty long one. Xenogears is a long game, so. Alright. Oh, there was a trap. Oh, it's doing damage to itself. I just realized that. Okay. Oh yeah, against one thing that's kind of a cool quality of life feature. Whenever you are going to kill an enemy regardless, the game will not go ahead and waste your hello, it's your dad. Yeah, that's about right. It's the same kind of feeling, just randomly it's your dad's. Same kind of Earthbound feeling. Yeah, when the game knows that you're going to kill an enemy regardless, it won't go ahead and, since doing a gear death blow will waste some fuel, it won't waste your fuel by using it anyway. It'll just go ahead and have the enemy die before you can use a death blow on it. So it's a little neat. But don't expect a whole lot of quality of life stuff from this game. So this is a crane. So what, do we just go down? Okay. Seems like it. Alright, dig. Everything's in trouble. I want a meme of the screen glass breaking battle animation, but it happens and then it's like da 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 da, and then the Earthbound call, it's your dad. The battle transition into hello, it's your dad. The perfect meme. You're waiting for us. Didn't think we'd get out here without a boss battle, did you? This is Calamity. This is our first major gear boss battle. I guess besides the worm and besides the Raincar, whatever. This is really the first gear boss battle. It's the first gear battle that, well, second gear battle, I guess, that plays the Night of Fire theme. Get our attack power. Same kind of thing. We have Trapin's Ganon. It's Calamity Ganon. Okay, so now I want to show something interesting. A new mechanic, where this is a mechanic that was there all along, but I didn't really get a good time to show it until now. Something that does make gear battles a little more fun is booster mode. So every gear can go into booster mode, which will double its the ATB gauge. You can see that will double its speed, so it'll be able to do its turns twice as fast. You can see their ATB gauges are now red or orange instead of green. So it moves in double time, but in exchange, every attack, every turn will take a little bit of fuel over time. So it takes some fuel, but slowly kind of drain your fuel over time. But you move a lot quicker. This does make gear battles go by a good bit quicker. You'll be seeing me do this a lot, especially in these boss fights where I just it's like the end of a dungeon. If I take a boss fight at the end of the dungeon, I don't really need my fuel for anything later. Then you'll see me do this. We're going to be out of this gear dungeon, or it's going to be a little while before we're back in our gears again, so might as well just do this. You can spam death blows over and over. Before Calamity can even do anything. I do remember my first time through, I got absolutely wrecked by Calamity because I neglected to tune up my engine. I didn't think the engine was very important. I didn't really understand what output meant. For some reason I didn't associate with the damage output. And so I got here, and I was hardly doing any damage to it. So it completely destroyed it. Such a clunky. It is a clunky. Oh, big one too. It's also autonomous. Rather. I'm not sure if it says that now or not, but it's autonomous. So it's transforming, yes, in some sense. Hopefully I have enough fuel to get through this. Come on. There we go. Maybe? No? Oh, I was at attack level. I was at attack level 0. It didn't load up the death blow, so I was wondering what that was like. Okay, there we go. Huh? What an idiot! Trying to scare us with all show and no power? Aveh? Anyway, looks like that's the exit. So, it'll soon be adios to this old cavern. What the? Get out of the way, Bart! Whoa! What the hell did you just do? Hey. Huh? What do you mean, huh? What in blazes was that? Don't you know? No. I don't know. That was incredible! You just blew that huge thing to pieces! Why didn't you use that technique a bit earlier? I don't know that technique. I have no idea how I even did it. Oh well, I guess that doesn't matter. Anyway, thanks for helping me out. So, now that we've got rid of that nuisance, let's get out of here, Aveh? There's that god-slaying power. Yep. That's may have been what old Bell was talking about. Okay. Out of the cave we go. Wow, I never thought we'd end up here. Where are we? You see the Twin Mountains way over there? The dueling peaks, you may say. That's where Bledavik, the royal capital of Aveh, and Fatima Castle are located. Currently, there's no king living there, though. Anyway, that's my old hometown. Hometown. I'd like to go ahead and settle our dispute, but considering how close we are to the capital of Aveh, we'd probably get caught. Hey, stop looking so glum, chum. I guess I'll have to get you back to your friends soon, or you'll die from fretting or something. Anyway, the rendezvous point with the Yggdrasil is right over there. Don't worry, you'll be meeting your friend in no time at all. Faye, I was worried about you. Doc. Welcome to the Sand Cruiser Yggdrasil. We apologize for that earlier incident. I'm sure everyone has already had the courtesy to introduce themselves, but allow me to introduce the Sand Pirates leader, Master Bartholomew. By the way, may I ask, young master, did you apologize to Master Faye? What? Yeah, I told him I was wrong, right? Just telling someone you were wrong after the event isn't going to solve anything. Is going to solve everything, young master. I'm sorry I've delayed introducing myself. My name is Sigurd, the first mate of the Sand Cruiser. Well then, please let me know if you need anything. It's Mason, the butler. That's the situation. So now, forgive me, will you? Young master, stay out of mischief. Ouch, ouch, ouch! Don't pull my ears! Let us go and wait in our cabin until we arrive. It is well made and comfortable. What is wrong? You look down. No. Well... Something happened? No, nothing. Okay, so... This room is very large. This is the gear hangar on the Yggdrasil. The Yggdrasil, of course, is named after the Yggdrasil world tree from Norse mythology. So we can go get a closer look at each of the gears. This is Brigadier, Bart's gear. What do you want to do? View here from here, view here from the front. And they went to the effort of giving each of the gear specs so we can hear the lowdown of the gear. This is Brigadier, our boss, the young master's gear. Height 17 Charles, base weight 13.9 cons, full weight 18.6 cons when fully equipped. It is specifically tuned for desert battle. The power of the hover thrusters in the legs are especially worthy of attention. Oh, and the eye patch and feather decorations were added later at the young master's request. We didn't know what to do when young master said, destroy one sensor and put an eye patch over it without weakening the ability to reconnoiter. Reconnoiter. Interesting. Out of those little modifications himself. Yeah, there's a whole system of units and weights and measures in the Xenogears world. Charles and cons and all kinds of things like that. Here's Veltal. Has those same back thrusters that the Noah's Ouroboros does. This is Veltal. Height 16.3 Charles, base weight 17.8 cons, full weight 22.7 cons when fully equipped. Well-balanced gear in offensive, defensive, and ether abilities. But it has some parts that cannot be disassembled. I guess you can call them black boxes? They can't. They don't cause problems in maintenance, but they just get on my mind every time I see them. Parts that can't be disassembled. Black boxes on planes is usually, or in maintenance in general, usually refers to things that you don't really know, that don't appear to have any special purpose, or that have an unknown purpose. So, something to keep in mind. What's this? This is the gear shop. Look inside if you want to tune up your gear. So this is the gear shop in the Yggdrasil. It's worth getting to know the Yggdrasil pretty well, because this is a place we'll be coming back to a lot throughout this game. Hey, did you see this month's edition of Gear Fan magazine? They say hovering is all the rage right now. Until a while back, it used to be special equipment that only the young master had equipped on his gear. This gear doesn't even hover, though. It kind of... Well, it kind of does. Maybe the feet have, like, hovering mechanisms that kind of cause it to kind of stutter across the ground like it does. Atria admired your dive technique. I hear your zoom technique is flawless. Do you think you can train me on my next watch? The gear with the slender build withstood Brigandier's rod. What kind of armor did they use to cover it? I mean, they're talking about Beltol. What do you want to do with your gear? So you can tune up your gears here. Citan does not have a gear yet. I believe. Oh, they have better engines for this. Yeah, it costs a lot. Yeah, I'll do it. And Brigadier 2. Engine is the most important thing, and then you can kind of distribute the rest of the runs however you wish across everything else. Already out of money. Oh, it only has things for Beltol. It's kind of weird. They don't have things for their own masters. In the Fia's wheels. Well, it said it was hovering. Wait, let me see. Yeah, I could see, like, maybe there's, like, rocket stuff, or maybe even, like, maglev stuff at these little flat parts of the flat bottom feet. Maybe. Buy the armor. It's kind of weird that this place only has frames for Veltol. Oh, because it's 15. Oh, damn it. It only has parts for Veltol, it doesn't have parts for their own Young Masters gear. Weird. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, lots of stuff. Okay, yeah, that... I'll go to a regular shop and try to sell some of my, like, ground items. I'll come back to that. Had the best stuff for your master. Yeah, I guess it already had the best stuff. So at least the hall. The hall. Not a very descriptive name. What? Why am I here? Can't we put that behind us? It's not like I'm being made to stand here by as punishment for not obeying lights out or anything like that, is it? Beyond this door is the gear hangar. The gear shop is located in the gear hangar too. Now be careful. The gears are so big that you'll look very small and you might get lost. Okay, so here I believe are the barracks, like the quarters, right? Yeah. Sleeping quarters. This is where we rest. You want to rest too? Sure, why not? A little messy, so bear with it. Yeah. Okay. You can also talk to some of these people. Alright, buddy. Not even gonna ask. My daughter is waiting for me at the base. It's been so long since I've seen her, so we're going to spend a lot of time together. Oh, good to hear. So we're headed toward their base. Yes, there are many things in this world I've never seen. I'll probably discover them if I try hard enough on my own. You looking at the same thing? Helen, so courageous, so moving. Pictures of girls, I see. Young Master Roshis. The Mary card collection. I'm having a difficult time collecting them all. Collecting cards. All the rage amongst these soldiers, I guess. I guess these are the pirates. These aren't even the soldiers. Almost at the base. Whew, we can rest. So this is back out into the hall. Ellie's back into the hangar. We can go in here. This is a spare room of sorts. What is this? It's a gnome-looking thing, like a penguin. Stuffed animal, maybe? No. This is the nurse we saw outside. How do you do? I'm the nurse from the Idrisil. I'll do the best I can, so come by sometime. My first impression was excellent. You know what to weigh. Yeah, you can weigh your characters. This was a scrap mechanic that was supposed to be in the game. A weight mechanic. This is why they display the weight on the menu screen. This was supposed to have some effect on gameplay. It doesn't actually have any effect on gameplay, and there were supposed to be ways that you could like change it over time. The final product that ended up not doing anything with this, but you can still weight your characters. Good, perfect weight. Titan. Yeah, so that's all she says. There was supposed to be a whole mechanic behind that, but we're scrapping it. We're going to find a lot of examples of that kind of thing throughout the game. It's more on the Xenogears complicated development cycle. Is this wound from the battle, you ask? No, I fell off the bed next door. So pathetic. Wow. What? Why am I here? Well, never mind that. It's not like I'm hiding the fact that I broke the wall or anything. Wow. Oh, and by the way, you can go through this door to the gun room, or go downstairs to the engine room. Gun room. Save point here. Right at the same mechanic as Xenoblade 1, possibly. Possibly. Maybe like as you gain more weight, you are slower in battle, slower ATP gauge. Right. So over in this room is Mason, the butler we saw earlier. Hope you are not too taken aback. Lately, there are far too many highly energetic lads around the young master. So yours truly, who is in charge of education, demanded to have this room created. But because of that, I ended up having to take a side job. How may I be of service? So he's acts as our item and weapon shop here. I don't really need items right now. We'll buy some weapons. Okay, definitely want to sell a lot of our stuff here. So eyeballs have no real use. Selling them. These fruits don't really have a use. They're kind of rare items, but they don't really have a use. Scales, same thing. Any of the enemy, okay, there is a use for them much later, but we'll get a lot more before then. For right now, it's just worth selling all the enemy parts like that. Gold nugget, of course. Yeah, so that gets us some of that gold back from what we spent on the gears. You can buy a magical rod here, even though Ellie is not in our party, so that's useless. And we can buy better equipment, which we don't exactly need. We have all that stuff already. What? Oh, wait. Okay, we're selling stuff. Never mind. That's there to sell something. Okay. Well, we can buy power rings here. Power rings are good. Speed rings are also very good. Make battle go a good bit quicker. There are better speed rings we can get later, though, and 1200 is pretty steep ask. I'll buy 2 power rings. I'll kind of alternate them between the characters I'm using and getting time. Okay. So you have to go out to be able to buy something else. And that's all the weapons and trees. Okay. Well, then I'm gonna sell Ellie's old weapon. And then let me see. Okay, let me equip my characters and actually see if I actually have equipped the best stuff I can possibly have. Okay. I'm going to exchange the stamina ring for the power ring. Just the way I like to play games. I like to go for damage. Martial cap's kind of old. I can exchange that for, I guess, the stamina ring. They'll scale with time. Step shoes. Nah, I'll go with the power ring. Okay, cool. And I think it said Bart already had a power ring. Okay. This is like a meeting room. A lavish little meeting room. This is the flag of the Sand Pirates. The Sand Pirates even have their own flag. Every place in this game has their own flag. And some pictures. You can't really make out quite what they are. And this side too, they're all different. And down these stairs. The engine room is down here, as the guy said. Once again, final checks. Every second counts. The young master forever! We had engine trouble a long time ago. The young master jumped in to fix it. Sigurd tried to help the young master, and they both ended up injuring one eye. We are proud of the young master, but he sometimes rushes into things. The chief thinks it's all his own fault. Yeah, so that's some good backstory. We know how both Bart and Sigurd lost their eyes. And they somehow lost opposite eyes. You can see that Sigurd has the eye patch on his right eye, and Bart has the eye patch on his left eye. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's the other way around. But I know they have it on opposite eyes. Amateurs don't belong here, so you get lost. Oh. Levitron's not in a good mood today. The plasma cools too quickly. So, fixing up all that. There is, even though they told us to get gone, there isn't a dog here. For whatever reason. It seems unsafe. Who am I to judge, I guess? Okay. I believe these rooms are empty, but I will check. This one is empty. That's a picture of the Yggdrasil back there in the desert. This one's empty. Keep exploring the ship. I believe we only have one other room to go to. Grow bigger! Grow! This tree was planted when the young master was born. It grew along with the young master. With it, our hopes and dreams grow to fruition too. We all look up to Bart a lot. Anyhow, the door next to you is the elevator. Use the switch inside to go up and down. And this tree will actually grow as the game goes on. And we will be in the Yggdrasil quite a lot. Okay, so that's the control room. You can also... Can we go up at this time? Do not open that hatch while in motion. So this is the bridge. We talked to some of the people down here. That's the chief navigator's banana boat. Look at the map. The desert may seem to be flat and boring, but it's actually quite complicated. It's even worse when you dive underground. Unexpected boulders and underground waterways. You can't take your eyes off that map for a moment. You want to see the ship's chart? Sure. This is a map of the continent of Ignis. You can kind of scroll through all the places we've been to. Sighton's house back there, over by where Lahan was. Yggdrasil, out in the middle of the desert, going back toward the base, and we have Dazzle. There's kind of a pretty clear demarcation of where Kislev and Aveh stop. Veltal sounds like Yveltal. It may have actually been inspired by the same word. I'm not sure. I know it's German for space. I don't know. I'd have to look that up. But you can kind of see, like, Aveh controls the desert, much of the desert area, and Kislev controls a lot of the northern grassy mountainous area. So, something worth remembering. While under the sand, there is nothing but static. As a matter of fact, there is nothing to do. There's nothing to do either. It's a lot harder to control the ship after the young master steered it. He's so reckless. Had a competition going on with the young master the other day to see who could tip the boat further. Old Mason literally was white as a sheet, saying all the teacups were destroyed. Who could tip this guy last? It's up to you first. It's dry in the desert, so gunpowder burns steadily and easy to predict. It'd be great if the temperature would stay the same day and night. Extreme temperatures are to be expected in the desert. The ship uses innumerable effect wings to polarize, stand, and wade through it. If our balance is lost, we roll over in the desert. It's all up to our skill. Alright, so this guy is a fan favorite character. He is an NPC. He's a side character, but yeah, a lot of fans love this guy. This is Franz. He has the head of a dolphin. There are several other characters that have the head of a dolphin. This is another kind of trend with we saw a person back in Dazzle who had the head of a gopher. So it's another one of those animal feature kind of people. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize that you were there. Want to hear some hot sounds that I recorded? That's kind of a meme line within the Xenogears community. The Franz collection, number 24. Want to hear some more? Franz collection number 90. Want to hear some more? Franz collection number 46. Hear some more? Franz collection number 56. So you keep hearing like stuff from him. Enough already. What else do we have? So I find it really funny. Franz, when in an earlier cutscene when Bart was kind of calling out orders to each of the characters, he called out to Franz that Franz was the head of the sonar team, like the head of like sonar within for Veltal, like or not for for Yggdrasil, among the Yggdrasil crew, and yet he's a dolphin, so he can just use echolocation. It does the same thing. So I think it's kind of funny. I kind of suspect that he doesn't even use the sonar system. He just kind of uses his own echolocation to find those things. It's funny. We're almost at my hideout. Good. Hideout or base? This is the same. We're almost at the hideout. Probably stop there for a while for supplies and repairs. Get more time to hear the overall music. The overall music is, in effect, the main theme of Xenogears. And if you remember correct, it's titled Emotions. Random encounter. Not right now. Sorry about some of the background noise. Bart, good to see you. Welcome back, Bart. Welcome back. Bart, what did you bring us? Well, got a new model gear and 2 people that we helped out. A gear? How boring. Don't you have anything more interesting? I thought you'd say that. Look, this is Ember I found in the stalactite cavern under the desert. It's rare to find one with a bug in it. Wow, thanks, Bart. We got some amber. What's that? Let's go, we gotta show it off to everyone. Or what's that? I guess that wasn't the kid saying that. Let's show it off to everyone. Well then, I'm gonna tune up my gear a little. Why don't you two go have some tea with Old Mason? Thanks, Old Mason. Please, walk this way. Walk this way. Talk this way. This is the residential section. Walk this way. This is the dining hall. I'm sorry to so gosh. Gosh. Please take a seat. Both of them walked over the seat to be able to sit in. Perhaps you would like some of my famous tea, Master Fei? Good doctor? Love the animations here. The teacup just floats up to their mouths, or to Saiten's mouth. And visitors are rare indeed. The young master must be very happy. If things were normal, we'd be living in the desert. But rather, we wouldn't be living in the desert, but rather back in the royal palace. Royal palace? You mean that young one is connected to the old Fatima dynasty? Pardon? No. I'm just a senile old fool who talks too much. Pay no attention to what I just said. But that one-eyed youth does have a certain bearing. Oh! Well spoken, sir. Awfully good of you to notice. If I may, I would like to tell you, young gent is the last forgotten reminder of the once proud Fatima dynasty. That is, before it was destroyed by Shakan's minions. Prince Bartholomew Fatima. Bartholomew? Bart IV's successor. I'm sure they announced Bartholomew died of an illness. I'm sure they announced Bartholomew died of an illness 12 years ago. Officially, yes. However, in reality, we rescued the young prince from Shakan's evil grasp. Then why must the prince, the rightful heir, resort to piracy? Since fleeing here, we have only had one wish. That the young master would grow up to be a great man. Not to claim the throne. That is correct. Of course, to say we have absolutely no desire to restore his rule, it would be a lie. We have plans for that as well. And part of those plans would include piracy. Well, yes, but there is a reason for that. Both Aveh and Kislev are devoted to excavating the ruins. Each country's strength is increasing daily. Even if we could get the help of all our comrades to start a revolution, the combined strength of all of us would still not be enough. It would certainly be suppressed by Shakan's guards in no time at all. We needed power. We tried excavating the ruins using Yggdrasil, but it didn't work as well as we expected. Excavating requires tremendous amounts of time, labor, and capital. The best we can do with our sand cruiser is find small items in the sand. And the piracy. Saiten is very interested in the piracy. Regardless of who gains the ruins technology, one thing is certain. Both Kislev and Aveh will simply use that power to oppress the other. I agreed with the young master's idea of creating a new power to balance things out a little. I see. It is far more effective to plunder from the shadows than to excavate the technology oneself. Of course, pillaging is an unpardonable act. However, for Aveh, for Ignis, to continue like this, I'm sorry if it sounds rather self-righteous. It is something which outsiders like ourselves cannot comment on. From what you have told me, I feel that the result of what you are doing will be good. Seeing your children here tells me that. I am much relieved by your words. Another cup of tea? Yes, please. Thank you. And just floats up to his mouth. You mentioned you had plans. Why have you not put them into action? With Miss Margie imprisoned, we dare not do anything. It's not quite the city, Raheem. There is another place later on in the game that is a better candidate for being the city. This is... Yeah, so... the Yggdrasil and the Sand Pirates are kind of a counterbalancing act, like kind of between Aveh and Kislev, but it's only temporarily. They don't really have the same longevity that the city had. The city had been there for like 8,000 years. Not quite the same thing. There's a better candidate for the city a little later on. Yeah. For right now, the Sand Pirates are just kind of trying to assuage the war as little as they can with as little power as they have. She would not happen to be Nisan, so we have Miss Margie here. Miss Margie was imprisoned. You are well informed, my dear doctor. She is the great mother Marguerite of Nisan, and the young master's cousin as well. Why would Shakan take her captive? For the Fatima Jasper. The Fatima Jasper that I said to show where great treasure is. My good doctor, you do know an awful lot. I am most impressed. You do not like my tea, Master Faye? No, I'm just not thirsty now. Well, we have no idea what the great treasure actually is. It is said to be strong enough to save our kingdom if it is ever in play. And Marguerite has the Jasper that tells the location? Only half of it, to be precise. The young master and Miss Marguerite each have half. Only by combining the two halves will anyone know where the treasure is. What exactly is the Fatima Jasper? When you say half of the Jasper, I imagine some kind of necklace. Only the heirs to Aveh and Nisan know what it really looks like. I see. That is why they have her locked up. My guess is that when they do find out, her chances of living are not... I apologize. I was only supposing the worst case, so please do not take it to heart. No, that is a terribly realistic scenario. What exactly do you mean by great treasure? Oh, I haven't the foggiest. The gear. He means the gear. It has to be it. Young master, are the gears alright? Yeah. Even though they were sealed, sand's gotten into the joints. It's a pain in the neck to fix, but so I'm having the crew take care of it for now. My job is just to pilot them. It's just to pilot them anyway. Besides, I'm bad with machines, so I just get in the way. Master. Anyway, what were we talking about? Whether the great treasure could be a gear? Oh yeah, you know, something like that. Something like that is drawn in one of the Aveh picture scrolls. Picture scrolls. Well, if you're interested, then let's go to the planning room. I'll show you what I mean, since you're my special guest. That sounds interesting. Okay, so a lot of lore dropping there, and some of it is more subtle. So yeah. You see the parallels with Zeke now. Bart is the displaced prince of Aveh, just as Zeke, or Ozzy Clarus, Maurice Tantal, was the displaced prince of Tantal. Although Zeke left by his own means, and Bart was chased out. We don't quite know exactly why Bart was chased out, but he was. Master Faye, please relax. Here. Hey, newcomer, where are you from? Lahan? Don't know it. Hey, I was a Kislev soldier. I didn't like the way they did things in the army, so they kicked me out. Young master's got lots of power and ambition, just like me. This guy was once an Aveh soldier. You just can't predict destiny, can you? We used to fight each other, but now we're pals, sharing a meal together. How about that, eh? Speaking of food, I'm hungry. You from Aveh? Oh, you're not. Well, I was an Aveh soldier. Aveh's Prime Minister Shakan has so much military clout that he can send us students off to war. I wasn't happy with Shakan, so I got out of the army and became a pirate. I wonder if Francois is doing well at home. What? No, yuck, she's not my girlfriend, she's my dog. So Shakan is the current Prime Minister of Aveh, and it seems like he came to power pretty recently. And perhaps he was the reason that, or part of the reason that Bart is displaced from the royal palace. Maybe. We'll see. Well, now aren't you Faye? Bart dear said he made a big, strong friend. Be friends with Bart. He's such a sweet child. Sure. Not interested. I know. I'm counting on you, Faye dear. And you? Hey, Granny. That's it. Do you know why such a small child is here? Oh, you know why such a small child is here? She is a war orphan. She was found crying in the desert. They brought her here in the Yggdrasil. Must stop the fighting from making any more orphans like her. Very noble goal. The Yggdrasil has devoted themselves to helping people, refugees and people from the war. I'm waiting for my dad to get back, but I'm not gonna cry. Pretty good, huh? That's really good. This is the dad that we saw in the Yggdrasil. Daddy! Welcome home, Daddy! There. Have you been a good girl by obeying the nice lady? Yes. That was good. So where are my presents? Wow. Presents? Look, here's a pirate dress up. Here's a pirate dress-up kit. Wow! Thanks, Dad! That's awesome. Anything as little as that excites her. Oops, I'm so embarrassed, but this is how I am with children. It's been a long time since we last had fun. Let's play in the sand. Dad, this is the desert! Wow! You got a lot funnier since I saw you last. I'll see ya. Alright. Tired? Maybe shopping will perk you up? Even though they're Bart's friends, I have to charge them. Okay, we can buy items and accessories here too. All that stuff is also available on the Yggdrasil. It has a lot of the same stuff as Mason had on the Yggdrasil, so not really well. Let's go catch up with Bart and Simon. What's this room? My room. Enter and die, Bart. Let's enter. Completely disobey the sign. Received an iron whip, so we can equip that onto Bart later. We would not have had that otherwise for some reason. This room is a lot more lavish than the others. Anything we can investigate here? Who's this picture of? A little boy and girl. We'll figure out more about this later, but Bart and Miss Margie, Marguerite of Nissan, that we heard about, that's imprisoned, they were very close as children. So, they're cousins, of course. They were with each other a lot as children. So, it's probably them. Each hold one part of the Fatima Jasper needed to unlock the treasure. Something worth remembering. Bart comes rushing into the room with Zeke's funny waddle when he grabbed turtles. Don't touch a man's turtle. Handling a man's turtle. Here are the quarters. Rest in a place like this? Gotta be kidding. Let me go later. That's what I thought. The kids are all running around. Hey, can I talk to you? Catch you? No. Save. A little rest. Does anyone here say anything interesting? There's stuff for peace between Aveh and Kislev. Then it is said Bart's father, Edbart IV, was assassinated by Shakan. Here's something important. You won't get away with this, Shakan. It makes my blood boil. Okay, so Shakan took power in a coup. He overthrew the Fatima dynasty, Bart's father, Edbart IV, and caused Bart and the rest of the family, or I guess Bart's the only member of the family, according to Mason, caused them to be displaced. Now he's in control of the country. Shakan. Can't seem to get any. I can't seem to get any. I mean, cards, you fool. Not play. Hey, do you have Margarita's card? They're all exchanging them. Yep, I have Beth's. There's a bunch of girls in these cards. Girls that don't have any significance outside of this. This injury is so pathetic. I can't let the master see me like this. Ow! Please be more careful. Good medicine always tastes bad. Everyone knows that. Now, next is your shot. Yipes, you're glaring! What's better? Oh, that's over there. I think out there is actually the way to the world maps. Alright. Let's catch up with Bart and the others. There we go. Picture scrolls they were talking about. This place is incredible. They probably do not even have equipment like this in the capital. Surprise! All this technology is thanks to Sig. Hey Faye, don't stand on the screen. We won't be able to see. Alright men, display my special file on the main screen. What is this? Picture scroll, nearly 500 years old. This is King Fatima the First, a body cloaked in flames, making a blood oath with giants. They say he used the strength of the giants to found Aveh. It is amazing that such an ancient scroll exists, in such good state too. I thought the ethos controlled all such things as these. Normally, yes. This was one of my father's prized possessions. Next. After founding the country, Fatima forced the giants into slumber to protect his kingdom's people if needed in the future. But we don't know where they're hidden. In another record, one of the giants is called the Great Fatima Treasure. What about the Jasper? Hey, you sure know a lot. Perhaps you're one of Shakan's spies? Of course not. It's only an intellectual interest. Just kidding. It appears the Jasper is the key to finding our treasure. Key? Would that be what Shakan is looking for? Not just him. Gebler is also looking for it. Really? Yeah, Gebler is the military force that is aiding Aveh. Remember. They must rescue Marguerite as soon as possible. You're telling me! Now he's walking on the projector. The vector screen. Since we helped you, I was wondering if I could in turn ask you a favor? Would that be for us to help you rescue her? Right boy, that's exactly it! I heard from Sigurd. It seems that both Aveh and Kislev are after you. So we can help you and you can help us. How about it? It's not much to ask. Well, if it pays for my room and board, then I will help in any way I can. What do you think, Faye? You have not said anything for a while. Yeah, you were great back there in that stalactite cavern. Your strength alone is greater than 10 or 20 of Shakan's guards. I'd love to have your power on my side. Why does everyone want me to fight? Huh? What's wrong with you all of a sudden? Faye? I just don't feel like it. I love to have my power. I don't have any. What's wrong with you, Doc? Everyone? You're driving me to the brink. And there's that gear. Brought from my father. I don't have the time to help you out with your problems when I've got enough of my own. What's with him? Is he always that short-tempered? No, that is not it. I am sorry. Things have happened so fast that he has not had enough time to deal with it all yet. I don't understand. We're gonna help service Gears now. Yeah! Let's go! I'll take this elevator once he gets back. There's a lot of Xenogears that pays a lot of homage to Evangelion. The art style mainly. Of course, all the gears and the mechs. But of course, there's the whole idea of Shinji getting the mech. Getting the damn mech. Shinji was very reluctant to get in the mech in Evangelion, very much like Faye is with using his power, getting in the belt. Kids servicing gears. Yeah, I guess you'd be surprised. Maybe they train these kids up early. Or they're just going to watch. One of the two. Alright, alright. All of your butts and back to work. Yeah, this is the Idrisil down here. Go onto the gear hanger. I'm going to the next hangar. Okay, and our gears were transported here. This is your gear, right? This one's worth tinkering with. Makes use of some incredible technology. I'm gonna look over it a bit. So can you come back later? Oh, sure. Oh, and see all the other gears. This is a gear that we haven't seen before. This gear is called Heimdall. That's the gear we heard about earlier at the shop. It was excavated together with Brigadier. We can never get it to run very well. 3 test pilots were injured in trying. Guess no one can tame it. These hangars are right next to each other. There's Brigadier. Is that just Brigadier again? Is this an endless loop? Oh no, that's the end. Okay. Let's try to go back. Actually, maybe this is a different gear. No, it's just Brigadier. Okay. Board the elevator. There's Bart waiting for us. Can I have a second? Sidon told me all about your story. Do you want to talk about it? Here's that song again. This is the same song that played at the beginning, like exposition dump, at the very beginning of the game. It's called "Bonds of Sea and Fire." Highly recommend going to and listening to it on your own. It's one of my favorite songs in the game, honestly. It's a very adventurous song. It's got that kind of beginning of a journey feel. It's really it's a really magical song. Highly recommend you listen to it. It's called "Bonds of Sea and Fire." Anyway, why didn't you tell me? It sounds pretty rough. Listen, I'm sorry for being a jerk just now. Forgive me, will you? Bart has a habit of being very bad at apologizing. Whoa! Anyway, sorry to bring it up again, but... No. What? I don't like fighting like you do. I only got into that gear because I had to. I'd rather not ride them. If you want that gear so much, then you can have it. I don't want it. You think I like fighting? Is that it? Don't you? Sure looks that way. Looks like the only thing you do enjoy is fighting. I can't let that slide. Who likes fighting? Take it back. Like it or not, I fight because I have to. I got my reasons, but you wouldn't understand. Well, I don't have a reason to fight. I don't want to fight. I just want to live in peace and quiet. But you people keep on hounding me to get into a gear. Why don't you just leave me alone? It's because I see your skill and think... Well, I hate it. Whenever I get in a gear, people get hurt. If I fight, people die. I don't want to hurt people. I don't want anyone to die. I hate it. Can't you see that? Yeah, I know the feeling of just wanting to run away from reality. But do you think the kids left behind in your village would understand? Satan told me what happened in Lahan. Would it have been better if you had done nothing? Sure, that happened because you were in the gear. But even if you hadn't, people would have died, right? You weren't the reason. War. No, the people who started the war are the reason. And unless you get rid of the reason, nothing will change. I fight to get rid of the reason. Right now, there is no other way, so I have to fight. But that doesn't mean I enjoy it. I understand why you would feel guilt toward the kids in your village. And I know why you don't want to harm others. If you want to make it up to those children, don't you have to fight? Don't you have a reason to fight? A reason you must fight? But as long as you ignore it and continue to run away, those kids will never forgive you. Just remember that. And another thing. I'm not saying that not helping me is running away. You don't have to help. This is my problem. I don't want you to do this against your will. But if I had your skill, I could bring all of this to an end. And make it up to those kids. At least that's what I think. Anyway, sorry to hold you up. The mechanic wanted to talk to you about your gear. You probably don't care now, but at least hear what he has to say. We were just there. Go back down to the hangar. Bart is missing his left eye, so he's angry. I guess. It's a good one. Fair comparison. I just talked to you. Looks like someone really knew how to tune up your gear. Attack, defense, ether amplification, an exceptionally balanced machine. We don't seem to be able to dismantle some parts to see what they do. I see you call them black boxes. There are quite a number of them on this machine. Do you have any idea what they actually do? No. Something you can quite see from the outside. Hey! Sigurd, Doc, what's up? We'd like to have a word with you. Okay. Look over there. Hey Dad, can you hear me? Ever since I first looked in Faye's eyes, I knew. He's the same as me. He'd understand me. Or so I thought. Did I just imagine it? I have no confidence. If I follow after you, Dad, it'll just be like I'm some decoration. At the moment, I can't even carry out your will, let alone rescue Margie. I told him he was only running away, but I'm really the one who wants to run away. The young master asked me to apologize to you. Pretty strange, huh? He knows it's best to apologize in person. The young master isn't all that good at this sort of thing. He may not look it, but he's really quite lonely. He's always searching for a friend. We, his minders, can't become his friends. Even if he wanted to, he just wouldn't see us that way. He knows that. Why, you ask? It's because of the burden that he bears. It must be difficult for one so young to carry so heavy a responsibility. He does try to do his best, you know? That's why we stick by him. It has nothing to do with him being the prince. Faye, I sense you too are carrying a heavy burden. This might be a selfish request, but would it be possible for you to help the young master? I'm not asking you to burden yourself with his problems or responsibilities. Could you too, with whatever it is only you two each know, help the other? Please. Sorry. I need time to think. Of course, take your time. It's completely up to you. Whatever you decide, we will be leaving early tomorrow morning. After you're finished preparing for tomorrow, you probably should get some rest. You can use the bedroom in the residential area above. I wish to speak to Sigurd some more, so you go ahead and get some rest. Kind of reminds me of that one scene from Xenoblade 1, where Emperor Saurian is asking Shulk to be Maria's friend. Because Maria can't really have friends in her position. It's not exact parallel, of course, but it's got that same kind of feel to it. We'll leave first thing tomorrow. Are you ready? Alright. Did you forget anything? Okay. Okay, sleep well. I'm so very tired.
Confirmed. It's their base, all right.
That rock was easy to break through. I thought it would be a little harder. These surface-dwelling lambs sure live in a nice place.
Look at that! They built this place far better than the facilities at Bloodek. It's probably a hidden fort built when their old king was still around.
Who cares? Let's just get this over and done with. So, where are the gears? Over here? To the right, there's a hangar. Found them. These are Durmods. They're standard pirate gears. Ha! Ignore those. We can take them out fast. Not take a few. Even if we only get those, it was worth sneaking in.
All right. Shapariel is now in place at the back. Get ready to take out anything that gets in our way.
Prep complete. Okay, over here.
Any time is fine. Go!
What was that crash? Gears have entered the Yggdrasil's dock. 5 Gebler Special Force units and 1 single unidentified large gear. All pilots report to the gear hangar.
Damn it, Gebler!
Oh, what?
Almost all the gears are under repair.
Real quick, each of those Gebler soldiers' names is a reference to some famous person. Most of them are mistranslations. Brewer is a mistranslation of Breuer, which is named after Joseph Breuer, which is a student of Sigmund Freud, who's a psychologist. All non-combatants, go to the Yggdrasil immediately! Stratsky is a mistranslation of Stransky, which is a reference to a Russian scientist. Vance is a mistranslation of Franz, a reference to Franz Fanon, who is a psychologist. And then Helmholtz is a reference to Hermann von Helmholtz, who is a German scientist. And Rank is Otto Rank, who is a German psychologist. Anyway. Faye! Faye, quick, go get to Veltal now! Faye? Bart and the others are already fighting. Aren't you going to do anything? Do you still think it has nothing to do with you? What am I? That old man, he called me Slayer of God. I don't want that kind of power. My strength, my home. Maybe he'll be forced to get into Veltal by circumstance. This will show him the necessity of wielding power for good sometimes.
How many gears are there? I think I took out most of the small fry, but there are at least 4, maybe 5 of them left. Their performance and technique is far greater than any of the ones we faced before. Damn it! Young master, they're approaching.
So we have a sword knight here. We have Brigadier and 2 of his officers. Not really a point to conserving fuel here. Go all out. Interesting, they make some voice lines after each of these battles. They don't do that at all in any other part of the game. Unless you get a game over. A game over that they take care of these voice lines. It's kind of awkward and just insert them in there. Basic, does this here work? This is Heimdall.
Pardon? Yes, it works, but... Alright. Out of the question, it is still under maintenance. It is nowhere near operational. It's alright, Mason. Mr. Sigurd, but for a gent like the good doctor... It's fine. It'll be okay. It may not even be enough for him. Mr. Sigurd?
So 7 people got injured trying to use Heimdall.
Well, it has been 5 years since I last fought.
Hope I can still remember. This would be Titan's gear for now. Heimdall.
Oh, a wild stallion, eh? Well then, it's high time someone broke you in. Reinforcements.
It's the same up-close fighting style as well.
Hey, that hurts!
Compared to the pain my friends are going through, yours is nothing. I cannot allow people like you to persist in tormenting those who cannot fight back. I will take you on in their place. Come on!
What are you talking about?
This is Heimdall. It's Ether Machine. It can use Titan's same healing technique that you can use on the ground, except it doesn't... Actually, no, it does. Restores your gear defense. Let's say it doesn't do anything because HP doesn't matter here. Either way. And don't worry about this is an Aegis Knight. Aegis referring to the shield, not the... Use Kensui. Left bow. Seems to be a lot more of a deliberate fighter, whereas Veltal kind of went more all out. Although, in story, it says that Veltal is like a balanced fighter, whereas like Heimdall is supposed to be more of like an attacker base, like a wild stallion, as he said. I don't know. It's debatable whether that actually reflects itself in gameplay. Another voice line. You can hardly hear it too. Ring key learned. It's another eco technique. I know I am a little rusty. There is a limit to what I can learn, seeing as I started so late in life. Even so, I hit that guy hard, and he did not go down. They must be using that stuff. Young one, they are using drive. They are battle enhancement drugs. Normal attacks will not hurt them. Are you serious? That's how they keep at it, huh? Crap! This'll never end. Faye. It's okay. We'll get by without him. The voice lines were scrapped? Not sure, but they only happen in this one part of the game. There are a couple other parts. There's actually a mini game later on where all the characters make voice lines. I'll find it. So we have both Heimdall and Brigadier here. This is One Knight, and the other one's called also One Knight. I gotta say, I think Brigadier is the coolest gear we've seen so far. Veltal's design is really slick as well. I think Heimdall's looks kind of clunky and weird. But Brigadier, the way it uses the whip and it has the steel mohawk thing on the top of its head, the eye patch inserted over the sensor, I think it's all really cool. And also the color red. It's the cool red color scheme is really good. It's to stand out a little bit more from the others. Heimdall just looks so generic. Veltal's cool too, though. The eyes on Veltal and the back parts really cool, makes it look slick and maneuverable. I also like the way Brigadier kind of. Okay, it does hover. Yeah, okay. You can see the feet at the bottom. It does kind of hover there. It's just kind of stuttering, hovering itself in the air. Where do you think you're going? Stop it. How admirable. Now what kind of sound will you make when I do this? Here he comes. Why are you fighting? You. What do you do? What does fighting get you? What if this was your home? Alright. So, necessity and circumstance has forced Faye out of retirement. Back in the Veltal. This is Claw Knight. And Faye doesn't make a voice line, it's only Citan and Bart. Kinda odd. Faye! I knew you'd come around! We'll talk later. We've got big trouble coming down on us now. The soldiers did say they had something special in the back. Shaparial. It's a weirder gear. It's tentacles. Alright, so we'll go in the booster mode for this. All three of us. With electric attacks. Fence down. Alright. What does... Or can we use ranking? Next ether affects all. Oh, okay, so I can use this... Yeah, okay. Same thing it does on the ground. So Renki is something you can use before another ether attack from Titan to make it so that the next whatever you use next will affect all party members rather than just one. Not really worth using right now because we don't really need to do defense up. We'll just up to attack level 1. Okay. And Bart, I'm going to use Wild Smile. Damage this turn. Nope, you suck. I'm gonna try to use some of the square attacks. I don't think I've shown those out. Maybe I'll just use them. I tried looking up what exactly the name Shapariel comes from. I couldn't find anything. Some German-sounding name they made up. Heimdall does come from Norse mythology, though. Heimdall was a character from Norse mythology. Was the protector of the Bifrost, the Rainbow Bridge. On Ragnarok, it was said that Heimdall would blow the Gjallarhorn to signal that Ragnarok was coming. A pretty major character from Norse mythology. Brigandir, I'm not sure is a reference to anything, that name. It could just be spun off of Brigadier, which is just a word. Or it could be a reference to something that I just couldn't find. And Veltal already said it's German for space. And there it goes. Alright, level up. Level up all around. We got some new ether moves to check out in the next battle too. Thanks, Faye. He's not good at those kind of displays of emotion, as we've seen. Thank you, Faye. Don't know how we could have done it without you. I still don't know what I should do. Faye. What Bart's doing isn't for his own gain. He walks the path he believes in, one step at a time, wishing only for the happiness of those around him. I, on the other hand, I didn't have a path that I could. Thought I didn't have a path that I could take laid out before me. Like he said, that's just running away. I must find my own path. Right, Doc? If Bart wishes, I'll cooperate with you guys. That's all I can do now. But I think I'll find the path I should follow as I help others like you. Moreover, I can't turn my back and ignore what such a terrible group of people are doing to others. Thanks, Faye. We must infiltrate Aveh and rescue Margie now. Devlor has discovered this base, so we should leave a small garrison and evacuate while we still can. Fortunately, the Yggdrasil is undamaged, so we're able to embark immediately. Crew's preparations are complete. Whenever you are ready, Master Faye and good Doctor, please accompany the young Master to the bridge. Dr. Uzuki,
Master Fei, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I would truly appreciate it if you would be so kind to stay with us and help us out on our rescue mission. Hey, all right. Let me say goodbye to the women before we go. All right, and that we will do. We have Bart and Citan in the party. Go down into the Interstone Tunnel. We need to just save in the bridge. Actually, let's tune up our gear. Go down to the gear, tune up our gear at the shop. But I think after we tune up our gear, gears. Okay. So saying gear as in like equipment, but yeah, gears. I think after that we'll stop for the night. Intending to go another 30 minutes, but if we went another 30 minutes, we get caught up in all the stuff in Bloodavik, rescuing Margie. But we'll start on that next time. I don't want to stop in the middle of that. His name is Matthew, Zeke, and Shulk. I wouldn't say Citan is Shulk. Actually, I would say Citan is closer to Dunban. But the reason for that is not going to be super clear right now. But yeah. I would not say Citan is Shulk. Citan is much older than Shulk, and he doesn't hide. Well, yeah, Shulk does. We'll buy this new armor. That. Tune up Heimdall's armor. That's the best engine right now. Can't get any more frames because for some reason they only have things for Weltall. Hold up. Guess so. Okay. So we'll go into the gun room and we'll stop for the night. So I won't be able to stream anytime the rest of this week, most likely. This is cool. But I will stream at some point. Plan on doing this about 2 times a week, so we can get this game done. And as I said last time, this game is about 75, 80 hours long. It's about 75. 75 hours. It's a long game. It'll take us a couple months to finish this. I actually want to see how many hours are we in right now. 5 hours. Okay, so we're 5 hours in. So it's 1/15 of the way through this game. It may be actually even longer because there are a lot I want to do at the end of the game as well. And the end game has quite a bit of content to do. Anyway, well done. Next time we will be leaving for Bloodavik, the capital of Aveh, and rescuing Margie. Seeing what all is happening there. Maybe figure out more about Shakan and Gebler and all the leadership structure within Aveh. What really happened to the Fatima dynasty years ago. Alright. Night night. Have a good rest of your night.